Kyrie, Kevin, and LeBron, and all this stuff. But they're going to need Tristan Thompson. They're going to need Amon Shumpert. I think Amon is starting, tonight. So they're going to need those guys. And someone is going to have to come off that bench and give them a shot in the arm or something like that. Whether it be Kyle Korver or Darren Williams or somebody to that Channing Frye maybe, on it. Because right now Golden State, their mindset as far as like where they're at is that we've seen this story before. We're trying to close it out. We don't want to go home to play a home game. They've already seen that they can lose a home game late. So they don't want to do that. LeBron, I think the guy's been averaging a triple-double. I know that's a lot, but you're going to need more. This story, the way this story seems to me with Golden State and the Cavs, it kind of reminds me of the Heat and the Spurs. If you remember, when Ray Allen hit that shot, that kind of just discombobulated the Spurs, and LeBron got his first title. But remember what happened the next year. The Spurs and the Heat ran into each other again in the final, and the Spurs didn't forget that. Now, they never said anything about it. They never talked about it and all that. But when that series started, you knew they were not playing, and they mollywopped, the Heat 4-1, and that was when Kawhi was the, MVP of the finals. So I think with that mind state of we were up 3-1, we lost the lead and the championship. We lost on our home court, something that had never been done, 3-1, and all the whole thing of 73 wins and all that stuff that goes with it. This mindset of the Golden State Warriors, I think, will be different. And plus, they got KD. But I just really think, I think this thing is still going to go 7 games. I think the Cavs are somehow going to figure it out. LeBron is probably, I'm going to put it down right now, that LeBron will probably go for 45 tonight. 45, put me down for 45 for LeBron. He'll have another triple-double, but he'll definitely have 45 points. I think in game 2, Klay, it's crazy that you say this, or I say this, is that, Klay was the X factor. How do you say Klay Thompson is the X factor with the way he can play? And we know he struggled, in previous games and through the playoffs, but he stepped up, game 2, and really I don't know if you're going to get that from him again. I think he goes back to struggling. I think he goes back to trying to find his way, which is hard to believe for someone as talented, as he is. But when you got a guy like KD that takes some of the, the balls, and Steph got some of the, the possessions, and everyone else, Draymond and all that stuff, someone suffers. So, but I just think at the end of the day, they're going to figure out a way to beat the Warriors. So I know Mocha is mad at me. I'm sorry, but let me go back in the chat because I know some people were talking about excuse me, the Warriors series. So we're still early. We're pretty much 20 minutes in, and I'll give you an update of the score for those people who can't keep up or who are maybe not watching the game, and let you know, while we're on here. So if you're in your car or something like that, or if you're just, at a bar like Grego is or something like that, and you on your way home, I'll keep you up to date until you get there. So, let's see. Victor Morrow's talking about, milk and cookies always starting something. Low Pan can't handle me. Ms. Mocha talking about that. Let's see. Here we go. So Sluggo is saying Cleveland was in the exact same position last year. They have a ton of experience to draw from. It's 2-1 after tonight. So Sluggo thinks the same thing. I think they're going to figure out a way, to pull out a game. I don't think the Golden State Warriors will shoot the way they were shooting at home. I think they will have to deal with some of the home cooking that LeBron and them will get. I just think so. They may try and get Draymond into foul trouble or something like that, take him off the court. So it's going to be very, very, very interesting. Let's see. Big L said the Cavs are in trouble. So he thinks Golden State probably can win this tonight, put it up 3-0. I mean, if Golden State win this 3-0, I still will stick with my 7-game, prediction, but it's going to be hard. It was hard to come back from 3-1 down, and we're trying to say 3-0 down. That's almost impossible. Nikki Free Davis said, Sluggo, KD is the difference from last year, though. So he makes a valid point. That is a guy that could clean up, the mistakes that they were making, last year. Clay said in an interview that they got a little bit too comfortable with that 3-1 lead and it has slipped away. So KD, he doesn't have a ring. So he has to win. He has to win this series. He has to win this championship. I don't think he's going to get a little bit of a leeway like LeBron did when he lost the first time. So I think he's thinking now, more than ever, because he wants to be known as a champion. He wants a ring. He wants to, be in that conversation, when they talk about guys that won championships. Let's see. Sluggo said, Clay, didn't Cleveland win by 30 last year in game 3? Maybe it's only 10 this year. Big L is saying KD 2-2 from 3. Victor Morrow said, I hate KD. Victor Morrow really, really doesn't like KD at all. Not like he hate him personally, but, just KD the basketball player. So Victor Morrow tells Big L, don't start with the KD worship. See, I told you they already starting. They're about to go at it. Sluggo said officials already start leaning towards Cleveland with second chance opportunities. That's what Cleveland is going to have to live off of. If they don't make those shots the first time, they're going to have to get offensive rebounds and get themselves second chance points. They're going to have to make them pay in transition defense. I know some people said they need to slow it down, but if you slow it down and they still hitting shots, then you're in more trouble than what you already are. So if you can match them for pace, speed and pace, then try it out. LeBron said that's what they've been doing, all season. So they're not going to change anything. Miss Mocha is mad at me because she said, Jelani, you had to bring up that San Antonio Heat game. I'm sorry, Mocha Bella. I'm sorry, but I have to talk about everything. I talk about the Falcons losing the 25-point lead to the New England Patriots, and I have to talk about it. It's my responsibility, and I have to do my due diligence to bring up stuff that is valid to the conversation, no matter how much it may hurt you, me, or anyone else in this chat room or in this podcast world. I have to bring it up. So I'm sorry, Mocha, but it's just I have to do my job. Ms. Mocha said, Jelani, you said put you down for 45. Okay, yeah, put LeBron 45. That's put him down 4-5. Michael Jordan 4-5. Whatever, however way you want to do it, 4-5. That's what I think he's gonna go. So, but we're gonna keep an eye on this. Right now it's 19-16, early, halfway through the first quarter. Cleveland is up. So right now they're basically doing what they were doing before. They were in it. They were running with them. And you just got to stop these runs and you got to stop this explosion, that tends to happen, with the Golden State Warriors. So we're going to move on from the Golden State Warriors, the team itself, but we're going to move into some comments that was made earlier during these first two finals games, and Steph had a triple-double, and KD's been balling and all this stuff, and now this conversation piece is coming up, and you thank the podcast brothers, for this. And ladies and gentlemen, go on Spreaker.com and look up Podcast Brothers and follow them in their shows. But they posted this on Facebook because the comment was that I think Jeff Van Gundy, if I remember right, he said Steph and Durant is the best 1-2 punch. So that kind of sent everyone, thinking like, what is he talking about? And then the Podcast Brothers start posting pictures of 1-2 punches and who would be the best 1-2 punch. Here's the thing about that. I'm going to tell Jeff, you need to slow your roll, sir.
Indeed.
Lopan agrees with me. Slow it down. These guys haven't even played an entire full season yet, and you cannot put them as a 1-2 punch. There's three. I'm going to say three. I think there's 3 1-2 punches that would give them a run for their money right now. So whoever is your best 1-2 punch, in the NBA presently or past or however way you want to do it, put it in the chat so we can talk about it. But here's my 3. Yes, D-Wade and LeBron. When LeBron first got there and was playing D-Wade, playing with D-Wade before he, got injuries and started slowing down a little bit, they were killing folks. I mean, they were on the same page. And plus, the way they played defense together to make turnovers and then turn into transition points and getting up and down the court, that's 1-2 punch, I would say, is better than Steph and Durant. The other one, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. How could you go wrong with that? No, we didn't lose the show. That's all I got to say. I don't need to say anything else with that. Mike and Scottie, yes, I'm taking them over Steph and Durant. And this last one that I got on my list, even though they had their ups and downs and trials and tribulations and whatever else that you want to call it, Kobe and Shaq. I mean, Shaq was the most dominant person probably in the NBA ever who imposed his will on people. And Kobe was this assassin. And when they were on the same page and they were, putting those differences that they had, off the court aside, they were a dangerous tandem. I mean, inside out game, this is the only probably trouble they got, maybe getting up and down the court. But I mean, Shaq could get up and down the court, so it may take him a little bit longer, but those are my 3. So I'm just saying, if you're going to throw a 1-2 punch, in there, please leave Steph and KD, out of it, because that's just ridiculous. I mean, Steph and KD out of it, because that's just ridiculous right now. Shouts out to my man, Chief Rocker Jersey Vern, Esquire affiliate family member. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to the Chief on Mondays, where he do a recap show at 1 o'clock on Student Media Entertainment. So shouts out to Chief that's out there. Appreciate you dropping in. And anybody else that's jumped in right now, no, everyone is just talking some trash. Sluggo said, no chance. It's a big, strong Big L. So him and Big L is going back. Big L is saying MJ and Pippen, greatest ever. So, yeah. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my man JB Jennings, who was in the room as well. Shouts out to JB Jennings, Tampa Bay Bucks fan extraordinaire. So appreciate you dropping in, JB Jennings. Victor Morrow said Allen Eric Snow, the greatest of all time. Whew. Victor, that might get you thrown off here, man. I mean, Lopan, should we get rid of him? Okay, all right. Lopan is quiet, so Victor, he gave you another shot. Another shot. Big L said, stop it, Victor. Yeah, exactly. That's what we're talking about. Stop it, Victor. But this whole 1-2 punch, we need to slow it down a little bit before we start talking about Steph and Durant, But we're going to jump off into a little bit of the NFL. We all know there's a young gentleman, actually 2 young gentlemen, and I say young because I'm older than them, but 2 young gentlemen who are seeking employment, at this time, and that would be Jeremy Maclin and Eric Decker. So Maclin, which was a total surprise, I don't know if anyone saw this coming, that the Chiefs would cut him. And this was I think this was really due to a money situation, if I remember correctly, with the Chiefs. He had a bad year, but it's just like, that doesn't make any sense that you cut someone, 2 years into, a 5-year deal where they had a really good first year and then the second year they struggled. And part of that was because they weren't healthy, which is the knock on Jeremy Maclin, is that he can't, stay healthy. But really, real shocked that they went ahead and decided, because I don't see anyone right now. Maybe this is what the Chiefs see. They see, guys on their team that right now is going to step up and either collectively give them what they